how proud when I see all the young women who are making and reporting the news. If I did anything to help that happen, that's my legacy. So now, having had this amazing career, how can I just walk away and say goodbye? This way, from the bottom of my heart, to all of you with whom I have worked, and to all of you who have watched and been at my side for so many years, I can say thank you, but then who knows what the future brings? Maybe instead of goodbye, I should say à bientôt, which in French means see you later. So, à bientôt.
There you go. What a show to wrap it up. Barbara Walters signs off on The View, 50-plus years as a journalist. So she's signing off. The man who's signing on, our own brand new HLN correspondent, Ali Nejad. Welcome, first off.
Thank you. I'm tagging in.
Yeah, here we go. All right. What a tribute. It was like a who's who of women in journalism for this show, right?
Yeah, well, she gave us a language lesson there during the sign-off. And let's not forget, she was dry-eyed. We're talking about a 50-year career. I noticed that right away. And she invited a number of very notable female journalists. First person who came on was Hillary Clinton, but then, as you can see, it was followed up by Oprah. You had people like Katie Couric, Maria Shriver, Elizabeth Vargas. I mean, this is a who's who of women in journalism, all of whom, to a certain extent, owe Barbara Walters, because she really paved the way for them.
Yeah, isn't that something? And that's her legacy. And I was thinking, it's 1964. Year I was born, she's starting. Aging myself.
Dating yourself a touch.
Yeah. And that's what you're talking about, the evolution of her career, right? The state power.
Let's talk about what was going on in 1964, all right? The famous moment with the Beatles at the Ed Sullivan Theater, 1964. That's what was going on. There it is. And we all remember the screaming fans. What else was going on? Nelson Mandela, who recently passed away, he was sentenced to life in prison on Robben Island in 1964. And, little fun fact, the very first Ford Mustang rolled off the production line in 1964. Just to give you a sense of how far back we're taking it with Barbara Walters, and she's such a household name. Everybody has come to know and embrace this woman, and her career certainly has evolved. While other journalists who had these sorts of chops sort of stuck to the beaten path, she evolved. She started The View in 1997. This is something that was daring for her to bring 5 females on and create a female perspective 5 days a week, and be alongside someone like Jenny McCarthy, who isn't known for her journalism, clearly. But she understood that she had to evolve and had to embrace social media and some of the different viewpoints that were out there if she was going to stay relevant and drag in another demographic. And I think that's part of why Barbara stayed successful throughout her entire career.
There's a sense of humility that comes with that adaptability. Just to pick up on that point as we wrap up here, she's interviewed every U.S. president and first lady since Nixon, but the last interviews, V. Stiviano. Just that you got to be adaptable. You know, certainly you're thinking president, first lady up here, V. Stiv down here, but you got to be able to handle everybody. Good stuff. And I know you're hanging around for the next story as well. Stick around for that. And by the way, what do you think? Should another story? I'm sure you're going to weigh in on this. What should you do about a child's good behavior at a restaurant? One restaurant's rewarding everybody. Here's $5. You think that's a good idea or not? I'm taking your calls later. 1-877-TEL-HLN's the number. Now this, CNN's Hero of the Week.
I initially got hurt in 2005. I had 46 surgeries in attempts to salvage the leg, and I finally decided on amputation. A lot of people view it as a loss, but I got my life back.
Very often, people are saying, okay, I survived, but now what? And we want to be that now what. Good job, lovelies. I was a world-class adventure racer. In the World Championships, I hit the deck, and the doctor said, you're never going to run again. I've had 4 hip replacements. After my first, I said, I'm just going to put something on my calendar so that I'm still training for something. It just makes you realize it's not about the setback, it's about the comeback. So I thought, let's do that for other women. Athena! I started an organization that helps survivors of medical or traumatic setbacks live an adventurous dream as part of their recovery. This is about you going out there and being the badass that you are. You're a strong kid, Allie girl.
I was in a place of such uncertainty, so finding the website was such a message of hope to me. Here was this group of women who understood it on a different level.
Athena girls! Yeah, baby! Being an Athena, you're not just a survivor, you're an adventurer. We give them a different label to put on themselves, and it's something they become on their way to the finish line.